I am very proud of my 2 years in leadership. Um, I think the things that I have helped lead are game changers for West Virginia. I think we'll see the fruits of that labor begin to come home quickly. The job isn't done by any stretch of the imagination. I said we were the 50th most regulated state in the nation. That's Forbes magazine from a couple of months ago. We moved from 48th to 50th. While we started to advance um, uh, regulatory reforms legislatively, it takes a governor with the right mindset, the right skill set, the right amount of courage and grit and determination to get state government out of the way, or to begin to partner them with businesses rather than being an impediment to our job creators. The differences between Jim Justice and myself, I think, are crystal clear. He has said in both debates that I'm in this for Bill Cole. I'm in it for me. Nothing could be further from the truth. It has to turn my back basically on my own businesses for the last couple of years has had a telling effect. It truly has. I'm blessed to have a great general management team. I'm blessed to have two of my sons involved in my businesses, but it's tough, and the personal sacrifices that I've made, the personal attacks, the everything that goes along with it. And yet I got my hand up in the air saying, please elect me as your next governor. Here's the difference. We both claim to be businessmen. We are. Both claim to be job creators. We are. But I'm not in it for myself. I've done less than $1,000 worth of business with the state of West Virginia in my 16 years of being a car dealer. And remember, apparently they got 7,000 cars now. I think in fairness, that includes end loaders and dump trucks and things like that. So it might just be wheeled vehicles, or but many thousands of them for cars. I've never sold or leased a car to the state of West Virginia, ever. Jim says he's in it for the right reasons. Having said that, um, he's gotten almost $10 million. Well, it's $9.3 million from the taxpayers of West Virginia to support his golf tournament. He got a $10 million tax credit to build the sports facility that he touts bringing in the New Orleans Saints. Well, that's a pretty cool thing to have the Saints come in. What happens? We have a few tourists come in. That's kind of nice. It's nice for the local economy up there for a week. But for the privilege of that, for the privilege of Jim filling his hotel and selling food and selling rounds on a golf course, taxpayers gave $10 million for that. There's a $25 million tax credit embedded in that same piece of legislation if he ever decides to build the medical facility. The only obligation he has is to employ 125 people, and he can qualify for $25 million. You might ask how that law got on the books. Well, I'll tell you how it got on the books. It got on the books the last day of session, the last day the Democrats were in charge of both houses of the legislature. It was an 11th hour bill behind the magic curtain. Larry Puccio ran and pushed it through, and incidentally, I didn't vote on it. I do own a piece of property at the Greenbrier. I love the Greenbrier. I love what it does for our state, the image that it portrays of our state as a gem of West Virginia. I fully support. He says he saved the Greenbrier. He paid a $2.8 million breakup fee to Marriott to save the Greenbrier. So the Greenbrier was already saved. It was already sold. But he bought it for $21 million. The taxpayers, it would appear, can give him $45 million, the richest man in the state. Taxpayers will pay for the Greenbrier twice over for him. Jim's in it for himself. He's made it clear that he's going to run his basketball teams, the boys and the girls basketball team. He's made it clear that he has 102 businesses. He's a micromanager. He's not letting go of those businesses. I don't care if he brought his daughter into because she has an interest in hospitality. It's interesting. She went to medical school, but he'll be a part-time governor. West Virginia has full-time problems that require full-time solutions. It requires a governor that is going to be full-time, not name only, but actually there and doing it. I think my 2 years in leadership in the Senate will demonstrate that I am committed to this. I want it for the right reasons. I can give a 5-minute talk, or I can give a 2-hour talk and never refer to a note. When I circle back, when I finally group it all together, it boils down to basically one thing. I want to do everything that we have to do in order to create an environment that allows our kids to stay home and build their families and guarantee the future generations of West Virginia and West Virginians remain in West Virginia. The only state in the nation losing population is because we send our kids away to find their fame and fortune. That's got to stop. It's also causing us to become the oldest state in the nation, which isn't sustainable either, any more so than having 48% workforce participation is sustainable. We can't, an older population costs more, they have health issues. You know, we need a way to pay for them, because we certainly owe it to our seniors to make sure that they have a good quality of life, and you know, that we do the things to allow them to stay home as long as they possibly can, to make sure that they have activities, things to keep them having a reason to get up and move every day. We can do that and everything else that we need to do, but we can do it only if we put people to work in this state. So to me, jobs, jobs, jobs. If Jim says it, it's platitudes, it's slogan. He has no plan. Go ahead, drill down, see if he's got a plan on anything. I've debated with him twice and I've been on the stage with him. I have yet to hear a true plan. He has big ideas, I'll give him that. But Dollywood, if Dollywood was going to be here, Dollywood would already be here, because a businessman would have said, hey, that's a great investment, I'm going to do it. By the way, last I checked, Dollywood and places like that hire kids at very low wages, and it's part-time employment because it's a seasonal business. So that ain't going to bring the high-paying jobs. But listen, I love it. I hope Dollywood comes. I don't believe it's going to be the answer to our woes. I want to be that full-time governor. I am the guy that's in it 100% for the right reasons, and I can tell you this, I will deliver, because I'm not afraid to do the tough things. We passed right to work in an election year, and that was the first pushback I got. And my simple statement to my members was this: if doing the tough things in an election year gets you unelected, why would you want to serve? And really, by the way, do you think the voters are so stupid that they can't remember back 2 years? It isn't just what happened in an election year. The only campaign promise that I've made, and I can make it 20 more days without adding another one at this point, is that I will, if it is right for West Virginia or West Virginians, no matter how heavy the lift, I'll do it, and I'll do it now, and I'll do it with total disregard for how it polls or how it might affect a possible second term. I'll do it because it's the right thing.